Buenos tardes, Gunners Collective. Back at it, you already know. Ba-da-ba-ba. That's all you're going to get today for that. Like a motherfucking smack at it. What's up with it, though? What's good with it in the hood with it, man? As you can tell by the thumbnail right here, man, a celebration of life, right? Or is it really? You know, they laid money sign Suede to rest this past week. And one thing I'll say for sure is it was a beautiful ceremony. Everything I've seen of it, it was a beautiful funeral. And I like the fact that it was Mexicano. It was very traditional. They had a banda playing. And it looked like the family went all out, spared no expense, and really gave him, you know, justice in death, you know. But where's it at in life, Holmes? You know, that's a question I've always asked. You know, this ain't intended to be a funny spill. So if that's what you're here for, the comedy, I don't intend to do that today, man, because I'm speaking some real shit right here, right? This is real recognizes real spill. Now, real time. Now, every gang member, any person who's out there in the streets wiggling, being involved in criminal activities, you understand that it could happen, Holmes. You know, it could go that fast. You could be alive 1 minute and gone the next. And you pretty much, you are of the understanding that's the way the shit goes. You know what I mean? That's the way the caruch rolls. You know, you can run out of gas just like that, Holmes. And once it runs out of gas, you try to hitchhike, you never know who's going to pick you up. It could be death. Now, in this kid's case, you know, he had a great career going for himself. He was making something of himself. Now, of course, I'm sure there was a lot of envious people and haters and people that felt some type of way about the way he carried himself or how he acted. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, we're in a new generation. We're in a new era, man. And a lot of us that hold on to a lot of our morals and our values that are instilled in us by the old school homies or by familia, that's just the way it is, man. We have a different ways of thinking. We have different ways of carrying ourselves. We have different memories and different pasts. You know, it's not all the same. So you can't knock the next man's hustle. You can't knock the next man's dream. You definitely can't knock the next era's wigglization because they wiggle different, right? He was definitely one of those wigglers. He definitely had a whole different personality, a different style or style. You know, I've heard a lot of people say, well, he acted black. You know, and I say, how do you act black? I don't know how you do that. You know, I don't know where people began to say that, you know, oh, he's acting white, like wood, or he's acting black, or he's acting brown. You are who you are, man. You're a product of your environment, and you're going to do what you does. And at the end of the day, each person rocks the way they want to rock, man. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out, man, he was a little different. He had a whole different swag, and that's why millions of people loved him. That's why millions of people admired him, and that's why millions of people followed him because of that personality he put out there, because of that character. So where's the celebration in life, Humps? You know, they call it a celebration in life. Back in the days, we called it a wake. You know, you go, you see your homeboy, it's all love. And it's crazy how many people pull up. A lot of people pull up and they're crying and they're talking about old school memories and you did this and you did that. And, you know, where was all that? Where was that love, Holmes, when you were living? You know, when you're a gang member or you're a rapper or whatever the case may be, if you're living that street life, you got a street mentality, where is all that from the homies? Where's all that love? You know, on birthdays, for the most part, man, you have to make your own birthday happen. Don't no one do it for you. You know, when you're a kid, your parents are there if they're there. You know, in the hood, we didn't have that. We had one, maybe some. Who knows, right? But not a lot of us were used to getting birthday parties. I know kids nowadays, I want to go to Chuck E. Cheese, Dad. I don't give a fuck. Tom's Incredible Pizza right off the top because of the way that your bank account works, the way, yeah, they work. My shit's not spelled Chuck or cheese, right? It's definitely not going to happen. They expect it. And that's because the way we've molded our kids and the way they are nowadays. You know, back in our days, I already knew Chuck and cheese didn't even fucking go together. You know, we didn't even have cheese in the house that melted. So there was no way any of that was going to happen. I was lucky if I got a balloon and a kick in the ass. And that was cool. If I got one Nintendo game, motherfucker, I was happy as hell, right, for the whole year. I was already plotting and planning for the next one. You know, so where's the celebration there? As you get older, you do your own thing. You invite your own homeboys. You go to the casino or you go over here, you go over there for your birthday, you have a good time. And a lot of homeboys ain't going to be there. They don't pull up. I spent on because I was with the torta. She was bad, too. She had lips like you couldn't even believe. Now, I ain't even talking about these ones, right? Where they at? Nobody wants to celebrate your accomplishments. Nobody wants to celebrate, what you got going on in life. I bet you more people pulled up to his funeral than pulled up to the fact that he got signed by a big record label. I think more people pulled up to hearing about his death and listening. He got more views and more clicks on other people making videos about him, I myself included, on his death than he did celebrating his life. It's a trip, right? And it makes me think and it makes me wonder, is this going to be the trend setting? Is this a trendsetter for us? Did he martyr, for the gente to really realize and wake up and recognize, especially the raza, I'm speaking to you, because we're all cold-hearted. We're all different. Are we going to start recognizing people's accomplishments? We don't have very many, man, as Mexican and brown people. As raza, and I speak for all Latinos, we don't have very much that we can be proud of other than we're hard workers and our familias, right? But it's time to open up doors. It's time to make things happen for ourselves. It's time to stop all the bickering and inner fighting so that we can accomplish set goals, right? That's what it is. So that way, maybe we can celebrate together this. Maybe we can celebrate together our accomplishments because this kid did not die in vain. We lose so many Mexicanos, so much raza, man, to gang violence or to prison or to the jails and streets, just because people are envious or hate or whatever reason. If he caused his own demise, like I said, we don't know exactly what took place, but it is what it is. I seen this Africano brother, man. He has a very great channel. I forget the name of it right off the top, but he did a good spill where he was trying to pinpoint who exactly did it. And I told you guys in the beginning, that's what everybody was going to be trying to do. Figure out who did it and why they did it rather than celebrate this kid's life. Now, he has a funeral and he's laid to rest. And one thing I could respect about it was that his familia kept it traditional. They had a banda playing. You would expect with him being a rapper and the type of lifestyle he lived and the way he wiggled, that he would have had a whole bunch of rappers there, that they would have been playing Tupac or whatever the case may be in memory. But no, his family kept it very traditional and they let the culture shine. And I love that. I love that. That's what I expect, I don't expect a lot of homeboys to be there. I don't expect a lot of my old school friends to be there. What we did in life, I could do alone in death, right? I don't need a whole bunch of people crying at my gravesite and celebrating me because at the end of the day, man, celebrate my accomplishments while I'm living. Celebrate with me. Fuck with me. I said, don't fuck after me. But if you're going to fuck after me, make sure she's bad and she has a BBL. Bang, bang. I'm just saying, though. Do that in my memory. Let me live vicariously through you because I'll be watching. I'll be looking down or looking up. Either way, I'm looking. It is what it is. So make me proud. Now, this guy needs to be the example for the people. We need to make him our example. For the youngsters that are in the game, maybe this can teach you, even if this doesn't pertain to his death, maybe it can teach you to fucking watch your mouths. Maybe it can teach you to act a certain way, to not overdo it, to not chase clout, to not chase views, to not chase that other than your vision. Chase visions, Holmes. Chase opening doors. Chase being a boss, Holmes, instead of the person listening to the boss. I did a video the other day talking about gold toes and the torch, and I know that it rattled a few chains. I know because a couple individuals got at me, man, that weren't quite feeling the spill, and there was a lot that were. At the end of the day, it's my prerogative. I'm going to do what I want to do like Bobby. And hey, if I got a lot of respect for somebody, I'm going to let it shine through right here on my platform because I give brown mans in existence their kudos while they're alive. See, it's different if, say, toes pass. Then I could talk all that, oh, he was this and he was that, bro, and he was that. But where were your antennas gun when the motherfucker was living? Why didn't you pick up a phone and try to get a hold of him and tell him, if you felt like that? And the same thing goes with negative energy. If you feel like that about someone, if you got something to say about him, instead of telling everybody else in the world, then you tell them personally, man. It's just a motherfucking phone call away. That's how I feel in life. Now, I feel that in a funeral, everyone has one, or you get cremated and you don't. But his family, they did the best they could. A lot of people expected more pageantry, and this is a trip, right? This is a trip. I've seen some people saying, damn, homie, he's having all that money. I thought he was going to do it big in life. A lot of these rappers don't got that money like you think they got that money. Half the time they be showing you all those stacks. That ain't them. They might got $100 from each one of them stacks, bro. The rest is going to the connect. You know what I mean? Some little paisa on a Corvette pulls up, I'm going to need that, sir. Right? And that's just what that is. A lot of it is fronting. A lot of it ain't even real. You can get that shit on Amazon for $2.99 a pound. I'm telling you right now, in life, perception is not always what it seems to be. With this funeral, I thought it was a great funeral. I thought it was lovely, man. I thought it was fantastic. I thought his family did him justice and they laid their son, their brother, their old man or whatever it was to rest the right way. They didn't need all the fucking attention. He already got all that in death. You know, when he was booked, man, this kid's name was all over the place. Like I said, I jumped on it. Me and Dubs were the first ones to drop it on YouTube. And it wasn't a great thing to do. You know, it wasn't like, oh man, you know, wow, thank God. No, it was nothing like that. It was like, damn, bro, here we go again. It keeps happening. You know, especially when it affects our minority people, our brown and our black people. It hurts. Woods, I ain't forgot about you. The ones in the trailer park, you rock with us. That's just how it is. You know, I'm getting tired of having to come on YouTube and talk about death and talk about people that have passed for one reason or another. Now, if you do it to yourself, man, you know, if you're judged by the way you live, if you're out there signing up for that, if you got that coming, you're going to get that coming. That's real. You know, that's just the world we live in, man. It's a small world and it's a very vicious and violent world. You know, when you're in that life, whether you're a rapper, a trapper, a clapper, a smacker, a hitter, a quitter, a shitter, I don't know what you are, but if you're considered part of that gang-related element or even make music for the people that listen to it that are gang-related, then you're in that same circle, Holmes, and you're subject to getting what you got. Now, of course, at the end of the day, it's not on us, the older heads, the old vatos, the vato that been does this because this don't stop, right? It's not on us, Holmes. It's on the younger generation to keep pushing forward and to rock a good narrative. You know, this was an eye-awakening experience. You notice every other day the Vato Swifty Blue used to be online. Que la chingada. He was just going off. This humbled him. He might not say it. He might act like he don't care. He might be making skits and doing the funny shit he does with the fucking pinchy rusted Wyatt Earp gun. None of that matters. At the end of the day, I know it touched his soul. I know he felt it not only because he was close to this individual and knew him personally, but also because it was reality and an earth awakening experience for him. Showing that, hey, it doesn't matter, Holmes, where you are, you can get got. I myself, it woke me up a little bit. It told me I need to calm down and slow down in the words that I speak and I spit. Because everybody is listening and everybody feels a different type of way. There's people that are not for unity of the raza. There's people that could give a shit less and they want to press the oppression. There's people that want division, like Bozo. There's people that want funk, right? Just because from where you're from, a geographical spot. They want funk just because I'm from up north, or they're down south, or they're from down south and I'm up north. Or we might even be from the same area and they want that funk because they just don't like the way I look because their old lady does. I don't know. But at the end of the day, man, all that shit is just smoke and mirrors, man. We need as people to change. Okay? The brown man needs to change. For years and years and years, and it's instilled in us. Tribalism. It's instilled in us to go against each other. It's instilled in us. And what happens? At the end of the day, we go to a fucking another funeral. Okay? And everybody cries and everybody pleads and everybody talks about how he was or how he wasn't. But no one was there when he was alive doing his thing. See, no one was there celebrating with him. You know, I hope the youngsters take heed to what happens. A lot of these guys that think they're gangsters are on the streets really wiggling and doing their thing. If you get locked up, it's different, bro. Unless you've really been there, you don't understand. And for all you fucking fag punk motherfuckers that are going to go ahead in my DMs and put, well, Gunner, you was on a this yard or you was on a that yard. How do you know, Humps? Believe me, I was general population, brother, more than anything. And one thing I'll tell you for sure, and these are for facts, right? I learned a lot about a lot of things in life, and I'm still learning every day. And one thing I learned is to watch what the fuck you say and watch how you carry yourself, because the content of your character will be judged by all, right? This kid, I didn't see him as a bad person, but I didn't know him personally. I didn't know what he was into behind the scenes. You know, he portrayed a certain role and he wanted to go GP and he wanted to go on that main line and he wanted to test his abilities as a man. And that's his right. And in doing so, he got killed. Happens. All these people saying it was his own people or it was these people or it was that people. It was people, Holmes. It was a human. Okay? That's what we do know for sure. We don't need names. We don't need fucking references. And we definitely don't need addresses. All we know is it was a person that did that to another person. And that shows you anyone is susceptible to getting fucking caught up by another person if they feel some type of way about you. Sometimes they don't have to feel that way. They're just directed to do so. And that's the way it goes down. In prison, there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of things. And if you rub someone the right way, they're going to rub you the right way. They're going to rub you the wrong way like Johnny Gill. Benson, fucked up. It's just the way it is. Anyways, they laid this man to rest, and I seen a lot of videos on it, and a lot of people, you know, using it for clout or using it for, you know, hey, if I show his funeral, maybe I'll get some clicks. You know, people want to see it, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to show you, you know, little clips of his funeral. That's his family's memory. That's his friends and his family and those that were closest to him's memory. You know, it's online. You can see it if you want. I wanted to talk about how this man should have been celebrated in life as well as death. And not only him so much, you know, but how we need to take his death, man, and utilize that for the people to show the youngsters, and for the youngsters to open their eyes and see, man, this is not no game, homes, you're playing. If you're a rapper, stick to rapping. If you're a gang member, stick to being a gang member, homes. Do your thing. You know, you already see what comes with it. It's cool. I'm not here to turn you out. I'm not here to turn you around, homes. I'm here to tell you, you know what I mean? Just play it smart and keep your fucking eyes open, because usually it's your own fucking gente that get you, and then they got you. With that being said, man, I thought his family keeping it traditional Mexicano was a great thing. You know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you act or who you affiliate with or who you associate with. That's like my homeboy. I got a homeboy. He's black, right? To tell you a quick story. He's black. He's from the water. He's so much from the water. He knows more Spanish than I do. But he's blacker than midnight. They're about to look like Michael Blackson on a bad day, right? He's just dark. But at the same time, he's recognized as a Mexicano through all the homeboys because he speaks Spanish. He talks, hey, what's happening, homes? What's up, Benny? Right? That's how he talks. Hey, but you know, at the end of the day, when I go to his birthday parties or his family parties, it's not all homeboys there. It's his family from Oakland, from Sacra, from Stockton, and they're all brothers, right? And we kick it, we have a good time, and I see the brother come out in him, right? Woo! Soul Train, the hippest shit in America, right? He's doing his thing, but then he reverts back to, you know, his product of his environment. And I know that, you know, when he passes, his family will do it how they want to do it. They will have it traditional for him, you know, his black and brown family. Us being his brown family from the water, and his black family being, you know, from blood. You know, blood is thicker than water. That's always been spoken. That's always going to be true. You know, so when this vato, his family did it culturally, and they had a Mexicano, they had the banda playing, and they did it righteously and real, I respect that. I respect that. I seen a lot of youngsters saying, oh, man, they should have had this, and they should have had that, and they should have been this. Well, guess what? How about you die and we do that for you, eh? Oh, yeah. Oh, you don't want to hold? Guard! They don't want to hold, right? That's just what that be like sometimes. Everyone got a lot to say, but not a lot to display. Real knowledge you can't get in college. It's all game. Let this be a lesson, gente. As tragic as it was, someone dying in a shower in prison, it happens. It's been happening. It's going to continue to happen. If you don't want to put yourself in that predicament, stay out the way. Stick to rapping. Stick to going out there and working at fucking Wiener Schnitzel. Do whatever you does. Just remember, man, this is real life, and real things happen in real life. You know, as far as him being buried, that's it. Will his legacy and his memory continue like Nipsey Hussle's? You see the brothers, how they do it. You know, they don't let Nipsey go, man. The marathon must continue. He's on shirts. He's, you know, you got Cowboy out there sweeping his memorial, cleaning up the people that are defacing his murals, you know, doing what's right and what's real for his homeboy. Now that brother was celebrated in life as well as death. Now it's up to us as gente to celebrate, you know, the legacy that this kid has left behind. Whether you're from Northern or Southern California, if you were impacted by his music, if you liked what he had going on, then you celebrate with them. Don't just talk about his death. That's it. Talk about, you know, the inspiration or the legacy he left behind. With that being said, I hope that you move smooth with a purpose. Get everything that you want coming to you. And remember, at the end of the day, it's all about the strive, the struggle, and the struggle to strive. I do what I does because I do what I do. That's just it. I'm babbling now. You already know what it be like, man. This is the gun. You know, if you like it, hit that like and subscribe with a thumbs up. If not, thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive and struggle for what I truly and honestly believe in. And that's giving you some of the realest and illest content I can on YouTube. Let's celebrate, man. Not that this man is buried and not that this man is gone, but that now other kids, other youngsters can see and kind of figure it out. And hopefully they do. This is the gun. Bang, bang.